If you're not already aware, you should be aware of this. Not quite sure if the camera is right position for that, but this is the new Elbow record. You should be able to read there. The takeoff and landing of everything. Elbow are a British band that have been going for nearly 25 years. And this is their first #1 album that was released earlier this month. And it is very, very good. And one of the few albums that have been #1 recently that I can say deserves to be #1. So as I said, they're a British band. They're from Manchester, and they're described as sort of the people's band. I don't think they've really broken through in America yet. They're very much a sort of British homegrown band that hasn't really achieved much success outside of Europe, I would say. At least not any mainstream success. They first became very popular with the release of their album Seldom Seen Kid, which won the Mercury Prize in the year it was released, and is very critically acclaimed. Then they released Bill the Rocket Boys, which is another Mercury-nominated album, which has all led up to this, the takeoff and landing of everything. If you're a fan of, I'd say music in general, but that's a bit broad, isn't it? It's just good lyrics, I would say, are the highlight of Elbow's material, particularly this album. The lead singer and writer, Guy Garvey, is beautiful with his lyrics. I mean, they verge on poetry at times. There's a few records on this album, for example, Flyboy Blue, which is a good example of this. He uses a sort of, I've forgotten the phrase, but just sort of says anything off the tip of his tongue. But it somehow is equally as sort of wonderful lyrically. He seems to be a real natural at capturing sort of scenery and just the certain phrases he used. In a certain sense, they might not translate to other cultures. They're very sort of British phrases. In the song New York Morning, which is also on this record, he uses the phrase, "Oh my giddy aunt," which is a very British way of saying things. And it sort of creates that sort of homeliness, I guess, to some people. Just gonna get a drink of water. Sorry about cutting it there. I just started coughing. Right, back on to the takeoff and landing of everything. It's a really beautiful album, and I'm rushed for time, so there's not much more I'm going to say about it other than check it out, and also the song My Sad Captains. It's about Guy Garvey, and how he sort of had a group of friends that he used to drink in pubs with, and over the years they sort of dwindled down, less and less, to the point where it's just him and a few friends, remembering about all the times and all the people that they've shared a glass of beer with. And also the Blanket of Night, which has some really nice textures if you're into sort of synth pop and electronic music. There's some wonderful pad sounds in there that just makes you think of water in the ocean instantly. They're amazing sounds, and again, great lyrics. So if you haven't already, check out Takeoff and Landing of Everything by Elbow. I'll also put a link to Laura Marling's album that I did a sort of mini review of last year in the description. I'll put that there. Two greats of current British music. to make ASMR videos. But in general, just expect this sort of upload times to be much more varied. Certainly won't be regular, and you might get a few in a row. Instead of more regular ones. Not that I post very regularly anyway. Other than that, in my last video, you may have noticed sort of clearer blackboard noises. Hopefully they'll work. That is through a little experiment I'm doing. I've got a plug-in sort of amplifier, so I plugged that in to sort of clipped it onto the blackboard. So I'd like to sort of know what you guys think of that if possible. Hopefully it was a good effect. It meant that hopefully you can hear my voice but also hear the scraping of the chalk on the blackboard and the wiping. That was the idea anyway. So yeah, that is something that I might explore further. For example, plugging it onto different objects and tapping them could make some nice sounds. So that's something I'm really excited about. Other than that, you can expect more of the same. More blackboard role plays, more show and tell kind of tappy talking about things like I've just done with the elbow record. And yes, that's about it. So check out this record. If there's any other ones that have been released, then it'd be really great to get some recommendations. But I definitely recommend this if you're a music listener. Other than that, hopefully see you very soon. Goodbye and good night.